Okay, we are. You okay?
Yeah, I gotta.
Are you breathing heavy from messing with your bra?
No, I gotta tuck in the fat, and then I gotta pull down my shirt because I have a button that pops open.
Oh, thank God!
And I don't want it to.
Well, I mean, don't do it on the podcast, but later on.
Making sure I'm okay.
I don't even. Well, now you got me off kilter.
Well, now you gotta keep an eye out for my button. Make sure it don't pop open.
But that's a shirt I've seen before.
It is. It's not a rental. This is a own in my closet off the Macy's clearance rack from back in the day.
Well, you know, we've had several people ask where you shop. Mm-hmm. We've had. You don't read the comments like I do. You don't care as much as I do about the people.
That's not true. I do. I just I can't keep up. I read the comments. You know what? I read the comments on YouTube.
and I know the ones.
And respond to them over on YouTube. Facebook, it's hard for me to keep up with because there's just so much happening over on Facebook.
You only take it personal, dude. If it's about Renae, dude, so I need to start using that.
No one's told me that I look like a man in a really long time. I got that in the beginning when we first started. I want to start
using. I need somebody to be an anonymous. Maybe me. I'll make an anonymous account, and then that way.
So you can make
Renae, you should probably give your husband more blowjobs. Like, and you'd be like, all right, Steve, I know this is you. But Aztec Chevrolet. Yeah. or maybe we shouldn't follow that.
I was going to say we go from blowjobs to thank you, Aztec Chevy.
Well, let's do Old Salt Coffee. Old Salt Coffee. We're so happy to have these sponsors, and they mean the world to us. And Aztec Chevrolet, and again, being involved with people who are classy. You know, I am yet to hear a bad thing about our friends at Aztec Chevrolet. Yeah. They are prompt, they are friendly, they're good people. And I'll never forget, talking to Jerry, and I asked Jerry, because, I want to know. When I get into business with people, I want to know a little bit more about them and their philosophy on doing business. And I remember Jerry saying, "Here, Steve, this is our community. We have to treat people right, and we have to be fair. Because we go to church with these people. Because we see them at the grocery store. Because
they go to school where their kids go to school with our kids.
Right.
Like they're on the same teams.
And I just really love that. I really love that. And to me, that's a reason to be in business with Aztec Chevrolet and to give them shout outs. And honestly, man, give them a chance. Give them a shot because they deserve it. Aztec Chevrolet. And then, of course, Old Salt Coffee. Veteran-owned company. So I'm already listening.
Did we have 3 Polestar issues that we have to send out? Did people send you pictures of their Old Salt Coffee? That's what they had to do?
They've sent pictures, and we have to send them out. But, again, getting involved with Old Salt Coffee, a Navy veteran-owned company, talking to these guys, seeing the passion that they have for their business, being professional, and, loving veterans, they're giving us $1 for every bag you buy. So please, Trevino 10 in the promo code, you get our veterans get it $1, and it adds up.
Yeah.
And my goal is to get 1,000 people, because it is subscription based. So if you want to, 1,000 people monthly buying 1 bag of coffee. That means I'm giving $1,000 to veterans. Yeah. And that to me is a dream come true. So where do we begin? Super Bowl just finished.
Have you been home for a week? Why does it feel like you haven't been home for a week? You just got off the road.
I just got off the road, went to Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I was so pleasantly surprised about how clean the town was.
Yeah.
How friendly the people were. Really cool downtown.
Were the venues you performed at were in like downtowns? But you did Grand Rapids and what other city was it?
And then I went to Holland.
Holland.
Yes.
I don't even know Holland.
Cool theater, right? Cool theater vibe. Uh-huh. Now the one in Grand Rapids was like downtown-ish, and it was in a brewery, and it was for Grand Rapids, and I'm sorry, but again, we all do this. I had preconceptions as to what Grand Rapids would be, right? And it was like hip and cool, and the food at this brewery was fancy, delicious food, and
gastropub fare.
Yeah, it was a brewery, and people were out, and good looking people, and just
good looking people. Like you thought everybody was going to be ugly.
Well, sometimes you go, sometimes you go to a town and you're like, it's pretty rough, But it was just a wonderful crowd, and I just can't say enough how friendly everybody was. And again, when you go to a Grand Rapids, you know, the people that came out, we like to call them family, were they were so appreciative. And that for me is awesome. Such a great feeling, right? When people are, you can tell that they're appreciative.
Yeah.
And sometimes you go to a major market. I'm not going to name any cities, but sometimes you go to a major market and to them, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Right. To them, it's like, oh, of course I get to see a comedy show in a fancy comedy club with amazing food. Yeah, of course. This is whatever city.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of have a little bit of an attitude, you know. So when you go to a town like Grand Rapids, which again, very, very nice. And I don't want to talk too well about it because I don't want the people that are coming to Texas to ruin our state to find their town. I don't want them to find it.
Yeah.
Because I think they have something really special going on there in Grand Rapids in front of all the buildings. And by the way, I keep looking at our friend Gina, who you'll meet. That's why there's another microphone. What else I found cool was in front of all the buildings in downtown, everybody did an ice sculpture.
Ooh.
So in front of our hotel was an igloo. In front of another hotel was a Super Bowl because it was Super Bowl weekend.
So Texas had like the Bulls for a while. And wasn't there another city that did like guitars or something?
Austin did guitars, right? You land in Austin
This is ice sculptures. That's cool.
Well, because you're freezing balls.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you might as well do something.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really cool. I mean, it was just such a wonderful experience. And I want to thank everybody that came out. We had several people drive from Wisconsin, you know, Chicago. You know, people came for quite a distance to come see the show.
I could tell you had a good time.
Again, when people are that appreciative, how do you not have a good time? When you're in a city that is clean and well put together and people are friendly, you know, it really was. And again, you know, me being apologizing because in my head I'm like, like I'm going to Grand fucking Rapids. Who the fuck's ever been there? You know, Holland, Michigan. Like, what the fuck am I getting into, right? But you know, I got there and I was like, wow. You know, because a lot of times I go to towns that are smaller and there's just nothing to do.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a nice movie. I like to go to a movie to kill time.
But even from like a promoting standpoint, like because you've never been there, it's not like we have an email list of people to reach out to. So
we didn't know what was going to happen.
You really don't know what to expect, right?
You know, you don't know what's going to happen. And it turned out to be a really great time. Then I hauled ass home so that we could have a Super Bowl party.
Well, no, you made a pit stop at a casino.
Well, I didn't want to talk about that. and the reason I didn't want to talk about it is because we killed him. I won.
Because it's the same old. Steve goes to a casino
and wins. I won a lot of money.
No, I'm at the point where I just laugh about it now, but I legit cannot complain or bitch about your casino habit because you get so damn lucky. Like, it's at the point now where it's ridiculous.
Well, not only do I get lucky, for me, it is a great place to kill time. You know, people don't understand. When I'm on the road without my family, I'm bored. I'm lonely. You know, I don't want to sit in a hotel room after my show and I've been amped.
But it's like, how can I say no when you get lucky and then opening act comic gets lucky and Kyle, road manager Kyle gets lucky? Like,
baby, I got lucky when I met you. It's Happy Valentine's Day. That's when I get lucky. I'm the luckiest man in the world. And you went wah, wah, wah. I always say, Gina, if you watch the podcast, I'm the one always saying nice things to her. She never says, I love you. You look handsome. Like, never. And it's fucking Valentine's Day right now.
I don't have to say it on a podcast. I love you every day.
But I do have, and you know, you have fucked up so many surprises that I have a very big surprise for you for Valentine's Day. However, for me to pull it all off, you're not getting it today. So I need you to be patient. And I need you to know that I think I knocked this one out of the fucking park, homie. Okay.
Usually I'm a dude or guy. I'm usually guy.
But I explain to people, and I think that all great relationships have friendship.
Yeah.
You know, and there is a homie part of it. there is a, you are my friend.
Yeah.
And we are, and I think, and we're going to talk to Gina. I think I saw that in Gina and Wilson.
Yeah.
That they were friends.
They're homies.
They're homies, that they have similar interests, that
Yeah.
they met in a way that was a friendship kind of a way.
Yeah.
And I think that in our relationship, us being good friends,
yeah,
and having inside jokes, and I think it's very important in a relationship.
Yeah.
And when you have a best friend and a lover like you, you missed your friend, and you want to be around your friend. And again, leading to the casino, I'm just drowning my sorrows because I miss you so much. I am at the casino, bored out of my mind, but at least it's entertaining to me. I go out, I kill time, I stay out late, I can sleep in on Saturday, and then we went to go see Jackass, which, by the way, during the day we go see Jackass. There's 4 middle-aged men
in the dark theater.
In the dark theater, eating popcorn, looking at Steve-O's dick, because that was.
That's what the movie is.
I mean, I've never seen so much nude dick in my life.
Really?
Every 10 minutes. It was like, here's another dick trick. Here's another dick trick. And I'm just like, really?
So you had a great time in Michigan.
Yeah, casinos, dicks. It was amazing. And now I'm so scared to talk like that, because who knows what's going to happen in the future.
And that's going to be a clip?
Yeah, they're going to try to cancel me, and it's just going to be like, see, Steve loves dicks, or whatever it is.
There's a new meme. You just made your own meme, Steve Trevino.
I did. But
someone's going to make it and send it to you. That's why I'm laughing.
telling you, it's coming. But we came home for the Super Bowl party, did it in the barn. And if we want to keep it real, like we do.
Yes.
Renae was very concerned because I like to cram so much stuff in.
You do. And for the most part, I mean, listen, he got here 2 hours. Your flight was delayed, which it always seems like whenever we're planning a party on a Sunday, your flight gets delayed. And you got here 2 hours before people were showing up.
But an hour
and a half?
That doesn't bother me. It bothers you.
Well,
and like I said, we had a discussion about it, and I hear you loud and clear. But for me, like I already do not have. I don't have friends. I have friends, but if
I was going to say that's not accurate. You have plenty of friends.
No, but like in the neighborhood, everybody here in the neighborhood, all the guys I'm friends with, on the weekends, so Joe hits me up and he's like, "Hey man, we're all doing steak at my house Saturday.
Yeah.
Love for you and Renae to come over." And it's like, well, I can't.
We get invites and we can never accept the invites because
I can't go.
We're traveling.
Right.
Or it's weekends.
And I know you get upset with me because I like to cram a bunch in, but it's like, well, if I don't cram it in, then I have zero social life. Then I have zero family time with immediate family.
Yeah.
I have zero friend time. So if I just go to work and then not cram in something on Sunday with friends and family, then I don't see them.
Yeah.
At all. Ever.
Well, and my thing was, why do we always have to be the ones to host? Like, you can have family time, and we can go spend Super Bowl Sunday at someone else's house, so that our time off is not also cleaning and prepping.
What is this we shit? I'm doing all the cleaning. And I'm doing all the setting up. So,
okay, Steve Trevino.
Did I not?
Okay,
did
Steve
I not?
Trevino. All. Your 2 hands.
Okay, 90?
Just your 2 hands.
90%?
And there's no
Give
prep.
Me a percentage.
There's no
90?
Prep for a party. There's not grocery shopping.
Did I not do 90%?
No, you did not do 90%.
Okay, give me a percentage.
Your math is twisted.
Okay, give me a percentage. What you think?
Give you a percentage.
Of how much I did to set this party
with your own bare 2 hands.
Yes.
No, there's Kyle. There is Betty. There is stuff that happens before
So
you
your
come
percentage
home.
is going smaller and smaller because it was me, Kyle, and Betty. What did you do?
I did not say it was a you versus me. I actually, because I was kind of in protest of this party, purposely kept myself out of it.
I know you did. And like I said in my act, women teach lessons. My wife, I cannot, it is not in my heart, even if I don't want to do something, to bail. Because you are my best friend. and you are my lover. And even if
Well,
I
then
don't,
why did
I
you
don't,
stick
I don't
to the,
go.
then why did we not stick to our original agreement?
I don't go on protest and go, fuck her, let her deal with it on her own.
No.
I can't do that.
No,
it's not
but
in my heart.
we had said Easter was going to be our thing.
Yes.
And then you love 4th of July. So we said, okay, we'll do 4th of July too. And then now it ends up, it's Thanksgiving, it's 4th of July, it's Easter, it's Super Bowl. Like there are not other holidays. And I'd like to go to, just like you want to have social time, I want to go to other friends' houses and have social time too.
But the problem is, and we've talked about this, when I control the party, I invite the people that I want at that party. And the people at my party yesterday are all people that are over the fact that I'm a comedian. Yesterday, you know, because of the people that were there, right?
Yeah.
Nobody asked me, you know, Kevin Hart came on the commercial.
Uh-huh.
Nobody was like, dude, do you know Kevin Hart? You know, I don't have to deal with Steve's a comedian, I want to talk to him.
Yeah.
When it's my house, when it's the people that I know are over me being a comedian. And then we get to talk about really cool stuff like our kids and, you know, other things that are going on. Right. So when I go to somebody else's house, unfortunately, and you know, that happens to me.
I was gonna say it's true.
Unfortunately, we go to somebody else's house.
You don't feel comfortable.
I'm
you
not
don't
comfortable
enjoy yourself
because I walk in and I don't get to have my guard down. I don't get to be dad. I don't get to be husband to my wife. I am again
the court jester.
The court jester.
Tell a joke. Be funny. Aren't you supposed to be funny?
Oh, dude, what do you know about Joe Rogan? And what are your thoughts on Joe Rogan? And well, oh man, do you know Kevin Hart? You know, and it's like, oh man, like now I'm talking comedy, I'm talking business, and I just want to not have to give a shit about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And so that is why when you
want to be able to shout at the screen at the top of your lungs like you do on Super Bowl.
But well, and you know, again, you know, could we have gone to somebody else's house? Sure. We got invited by other people to go to a Super Bowl party, but then there's also we have kids. And most of the people that came to our party, come halftime, it was, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Call it early.
And that would have been us.
Yeah. I mean, but here's my thing. Yeah. So yes, Super Bowl, it was great. We got to hang out with friends. It was lovely. But you cramming too much stuff in, I just feel like
that could also be out of context. And that could also be a meme. Me cramming too much stuff in, and it's an issue. It is an issue and a problem that I've had.
Not as funny.
Go ahead.
I don't even know what I was saying anymore.
No, about no.
It's just I said this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and I don't disagree with you. And you know, when we talked, and it was, you know, yes, I do tend to cram a lot in. However, at the same time, I have this huge anxiety about time running out.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of anxiety as to, look, man, I know life is short. I know that we're going to die. I not only are we going to die very soon, I'll still be alive, but I can't play kickball with my nieces. Yeah. I can't go and walk Legoland for 4 days.
But all I'm saying is, I said this when we had Garrett, and now I feel it very much with Delilah. You know, when Garrett, I said, look, we're going to have a little one, like just for a little bit. Can you slow down for me? Because there's now a little human that everything is going to take longer, loading in and out of the car, just like logistically. I
agree, and I don't disagree. But when somebody has, you know, we are all DNA. We are all fabric.
Yeah.
Okay. In my fabric, and in who I am,
right?
I am a very go-getter, busy person.
Yes, and I love that about you.
Let me finish my thought. And in your fabric, you are very detail-oriented, and you are very. You get anxiety about, you know, buying something and pulling the trigger. And I have asked you several times, hey, can we change that? Can we try to be better? Okay. Yeah. And all I'm saying is that in our relationship, and any relationship, Gina's and Wilson's or anybody's, in our relationship, all we can do is go, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And even though it's in my fabric, I will do the best that I can to be conscious of you as a partner.
Right.
Right. And I agreed that, yes, I do need to try to be more conscious to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Right. And try to be better, and you, on the other hand, do not try to be better and do not give a fuck about stepping out of your comfort zone and helping a motherfucker out.
It's just that more than anything right now, like you say, you understand life is a ticking clock. I feel like I very much have an understanding of I'm not having any more kids, and Delilah is only this little for so long.
And I'm loving it.
And
I am loving it.
I want to relish that, and I want to be the best mom, and I want to enjoy her, and I want energy to be able to do that. That's my number one priority. And so if we can slow down, so I have the patience and the energy.
No, I hear you. But what's making me laugh is the
heart.
fact that when you have kids, you take my fabric and your fabric, and you mold those fabrics together, and you look at somebody like Garrett, and Garrett truly, in my opinion, was half and half. Right? Uh-huh. Garrett was like, here's some book smarts. Here's some common sense. Uh-huh. Here's some good looks and nice legs from your dad. Here's, right?
A butt from your mom.
Yeah, butt from your mom and bossiness, right? But it's definitely a true mix. With Delilah, my fear is that she's very much like me.
You know what? I'm so shocked that you admitted that, because people have come up to me like, they're like, I know Steve thinks she's like you, but that's really Steve's personality.
She doesn't stop, dude. That little girl's like, I'm awake. I'm happy. Let's go. What are we doing? Where are we going? I'll go meet that person.
And then when she's grumpy,
She's
and we're
meaner.
like, oh my God, when is bedtime? When does this child go to bed?
But no, look, I hear you loud and clear, and we were talking about it yesterday. I also think that, and even though me and you have 1 week or 1 hour a week to do this podcast and have a discussion,
yeah,
I think that sometimes with the kids, with life, with business, with everything we have going on, we actually forget to talk to each other.
For sure.
We forget to communicate.
For sure.
We forget to go, hey, when we're in San Diego, I want to be full dad and I want to do the best I can. However, if you could help me out for an hour before the show, that would be great. Instead of, and this is putting it on me, instead of me not getting that hour and me getting grumpy and mad at you when I never communicated with you, I was expecting you to read my mind.
Yeah.
Right.
I took you to Legoland. Now get out of here.
But you know what I mean? And I think that we forget to communicate.
Yeah.
So perfect transition, because life is short.
Yes.
And I read something on Facebook, and Facebook, and social media, it's 99% of it is bullshit. 99 it's just garbage. But I did read something that says most parents will say that they are willing to die for their children. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And that is true.
Yeah.
If it was between me and my kids, it would be me. 1,000%.
Yeah.
Right? However, it continued to say, but do you love your children enough to live a healthy lifestyle, to live longer? And I was like, you know what, man? You don't hear that.
Yeah. Right?
You don't hear that. And I am not saying I'm the picture of health, because I'm far from it. Right?
Yeah.
But in the past, 7 years, I have really tried.
Yeah.
And I have noticed that it has been, and I think for both of us, it has been yes, we go to the gym, yes, we want to be in shape.
Yeah.
But over time, we're learning to be a little better and a little better.
I don't know. Honestly, for me, I feel like since we left California, it's been harder. So, I feel like even Garrett's eating habits were better when we were in California.
Garrett's also in that, like, corn dog, pizza, corn dog. Pizza, pizza, corn dog. Like that's his menu.
Rotation.
Yeah. But I've been doing great. Since we talked about it on the podcast, I have lost 11 pounds.
Yeah.
In the past 6 weeks. I feel better.
I didn't realize it was 11 pounds.
Yep. I've been a lot more aware of the things that I'm eating, and we talked about it. I have mentally finally got to a point where I'm okay with it, you know, and before mentally I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the point, even at the Super Bowl party, I was very conscious as to what I'm going to choose to eat.
Yeah.
You know, and I had one cookie, half a handful of M&Ms. And normally, again, looking at my normal habits, normally I would have eaten M&Ms all night long by the handful. I probably would have had 3 handfuls of M&Ms.
Yeah.
I probably would have had, we had Los Fontanas, our friends at Los Fontanas cater. I probably would have had 3 flour tortillas with everything in it.
Yeah.
Right? Tacos. I only had 1. I limited myself to 1. And then I looked at all the desserts that were available. Because everybody brought a dessert, cakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, which one of those do I want? Because I'm only having 1.
Yeah.
And I the sugar cookie, I ate that. And
The
then
snickerdoodle, those were good. That's what I had too. I had a snickerdoodle.
I saw you have other stuff. I was watching you.
No,
I've been watching you.
I had 1 snickerdoodle and I had a piece of cheesecake with you. But it was the keto, like the healthy
it's
cheesecake.
funny you say that.
Or not keto,
but the cheesecake, which by the way, Shake and Bake in San Antonio, Texas, doing all keto friendly desserts. A pizza, the whole pizza, less than 9 grams of carbs. Shake and Bake in San Antonio. I saw you eat other stuff, but I'm not going to rat you out.
What else did I eat? I don't remember. See, it's like I don't even think about it. I was pretty sure I only had a snickerdoodle.
But when it came to that cheesecake,
we shared it.
No, well, I literally took 1 bite.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that's good. And I gave it to you, the rest.
Yeah.
Because I have to get out of the habit of, what are you looking for? You're looking for the flavor of it. I got that.
Yeah.
Do I need to eat this whole piece to get the flavor? Because after the whole piece, I know I'm going to be miserable. And even 1 forkful, half a thing of M&Ms, and the snickerdoodle, I still felt like shit. I told you that when we went to bed. I go, I feel like crap.
Yeah.
And I haven't been feeling like crap. You know?
Yeah.
So a friend of ours, and first of all, I've known Wilson. Wilson's a little younger than Rebecca. I met Wilson when me and you started dating. Mm-hmm. Wilson's dad and mom lived next door.
They were my neighbors.
Wilson was probably a teenager or about to be a teenager. I don't think he had hair
younger.
on it. Yeah, he didn't have hair on his nuts when I met him. I don't know if he does now, but we'll ask Gina when she gets over. We became very, very good friends with the Browns. Uh-huh. Me and Jeff became, and it's interesting to me. I always think about this because it's Wilson, me, and then Jeff. Like I am in between
their ages,
right?
Uh-huh.
And I hit it off as a young man with Jeff, and Jeff for me has been a mentor.
Uh-huh.
Somebody I talk to, somebody I kind of listen to his philosophy on life, and he's just become kind of like a big brother.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then Wilson, like a little brother, and then Wilson meets this fantastic girl, and me and you were like, oh, maybe Wilson will figure it out, and he did, and they got married very, very recently. So I want to introduce Gina because I want her to tell you exactly what she does, because I don't know what the fuck she does, and I don't know what it's called. But Gina, come on over here.
And I'm like, oh shit, what did Steve commit us to?
Renae, I was so impressed with Gina's knowledge when I go, Delilah really craves ice. Do you know what that could mean? Mm-hmm. And then she goes, oh, that she's iron deficient. And I'm like, holy crap, I just read that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you knew that. So tell us a little bit about first of all, your journey, mm-hmm. right? You becoming this healthy person, and why?
Gina's a health coach.
Is that what it's called?
I'm a health coach. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And what does that entail?
So what I do is I work with clients who are looking to start a healthier lifestyle. What got me into the industry was struggling with autoimmune. So I was in the military. Well, you know that, but I was in the military. Of course, you get exposed to all kinds of things. And when I deployed, when I came home with a slew of issues. Migraines, I had Raynaud's, ringing in the ears. They diagnosed me with Meniere's. all kinds of things. They ended up calling it Gulf War syndrome, among other things. So I was on all kinds of prescription drugs, all kinds of things that just continually made me sick. I just felt like I was getting sicker. They kind of masked the symptoms, but it was like, okay, well, how can we figure this out? Like, what can I do? This can't be the way life goes.
Can I interject there? Mm-hmm. That's the shitty part about modern medicine is let's mask the symptoms. Mm-hmm. You still have the symptoms. Mm-hmm. You still have the problem. It's like taking a pain pill. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that you're not still injured.
Right.
It just means that you're not feeling the pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Well, and then sometimes they give you another pill because you get side effects from the other pill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that pill fucked you up? Let me give you a pill that'll help that pill.
This is going to fix that one. Yeah. And then that led to something else. And so it was just kind of like ridiculous. I was like, there's got to be a better way. And so I just started doing a bunch of reading, and I learned about different supplementation and things like that. And so I took, actually the very first supplement I used was arginine, because the thing that was bothering me the most was my lack of circulation in my hands, my toes, my nose. It was my ears. It was just ridiculous. It felt like frostbite all the time. And so
And that was lack of circulation.
Yes. That was Raynaud's. So like literally my circulation would just shut off and my hands would just be like white. I mean, it'd be like if you can think about going outside and playing in the snow without gloves for an extended period of time, it hurts. It starts to feel like shards of glass. It'd be 100 degrees out and my hands would just all of a sudden be painful and it would hurt like that. So
and doctors had no answers for you.
They put me on calcium channel blockers, which lowered my blood pressure. I already had low blood pressure, and then they put me on calcium channel blockers, and then that lowered my blood pressure even more, and to the point where I just felt like I was a zombie. So then I had like this blood flow, but no energy to do anything. Sure. So I learned about arginine, which, funny enough, arginine used to be what people would use instead of Viagra. Which is funny. And they use it a lot.
I don't need any help in that department.
You really are educating our podcast listeners, Steve.
Just letting them know that Daddy.
Valuable knowledge.
I got a boner right now.
But so that was the first thing, because I learned that it would increase blood flow. A lot of times it's in a pre-workout.
Is it like a natural? Is that what you're saying? It's like a natural vitamin? Or,
Yep. So I had it in two forms. I early on I had found it at a GNC and just had it in a powdered form in a drink, and then I later found it in a capsule form, which was easier for me to use. And so I had started out with one supplementation company, and then I learned more and more and more. And so then then people were like, well, what are you doing? Because then I started getting fitter and leaner. And so then I was just like, well, I just started working out and drinking this arginine,
Right.
And then I got off of some of the prescription medication.
All because of that.
All because of that. So I was able to eliminate the calcium channel blocker. And then I was like, I got to learn more about this. And so that was late 2009, I got home from deployment. Early 2010, I started experimenting with supplementation. And so then it kind of took on from there. And so now, fast forward, we're in 2022 now. And I still do some supplementation, but then I learned about health coaching because I was like, man, I want to help other people that are struggling like I'm struggling. Like, what can I do to help a person feel more alive? Because I literally I felt like a zombie, and I would have these migraines where I was in a room for a day, couldn't do anything. Right. Calling off from work. It's no life. It's no life at all. And I was just like, there's so much more to life than this.
And I've never experienced migraines, but they're very real. And my sister who, Victoria, who's one of the meanest, toughest human beings I've ever met in my life, she gets a migraine and it shuts her down. I mean, she's not moving.
Yeah, it'll knock you out. I would spend days in a dark room. Days. Couldn't get out of bed and everything hurt. It was awful.
So then when you say health coach, what's the education behind that? Is that I don't even, you're the first health coach I've ever met.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so I'm a certified health coach. I got certified through the Health Coach Institute. After I got my certification from there, then I went they had another coaching certificate, which was called Transformation Coach Mastery. Well, first I did transformation coaching. And so what that focuses on a lot of, you can give someone a plan and say, okay, here you go. And they're going to stick to the plan for, well, let's just use the example 21 days. So you can stick to a plan for 21 days. But if someone knows the why you're doing something and the benefit that you're going to get from it, and if you talk about how can you incorporate this into a busy lifestyle, just like when I was talking to you guys, like, okay, put some hemp hearts in your purse. This is something you can take on the go. Use this blender bottle. You can, put your protein in it, and then you can be on the go. Mm-hmm. And so it's not just, okay, here's the plan, follow the directions, good luck, let me know how it turns out. It's not like that. It's okay.
Well, because you can get that on the internet.
Exactly. Anybody can prescribe something like that. But what I want to know is, okay, what is your life like? What do you do? All right, now let's figure out how does this fit into your lifestyle. And then it's also about meeting you where you're at. So, we had the conversation earlier. We talked about a microwave. Okay, well, Wilson and I rarely use a microwave anymore because it's not a good way to heat your food. And we're trying really hard to eliminate toxins and stuff from our lives. But this has been a long journey for us. You talked about how we met. We met kiteboarding. And then after that, we used to go to the gym 5 days a week together. And so we have been on this health journey for a very long time. And we don't travel
and Wilson,
like you
he's
all.
So sweet. He probably had no idea that you were into him. He's like, yeah, she's just a cool chick that hangs out with me,
I did have to kind of tell him one time.
I was like,
I like you.
Just so you know. This is why I'm hanging out. But and it's so interesting because, I'm such I ask so many questions and I always want to learn, right? Just the day and a half that we've been able to hang out outside of the Super Bowl party, I've learned so much listening to you tell me these things that I'm like, I had no idea. Mm-hmm. And one of those things being, you talked about the 15, the dirty 12.
Oh, the dirty dozen and the clean 15.
Yeah, the dirty dozen and the clean 15.
Yeah.
Which when you were like, Renae, you know what that is? I was like, no. But then when you said there's some produce that it's really important to eat organic, I was like, oh yeah, I've heard of that. I just didn't know that's what it was. So
can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, so the Environmental Working Group, every year they put out a new list. The list for 2022 isn't out yet. I think they do it in March, so maybe next month that's coming. But the Clean 15 are produce that are not so heavily pesticides and GMOs and those kinds of things. So less toxins. Whereas the Dirty Dozen, they're higher in GMOs, which means they have more pesticides, herbicides, fungicides.
So when you say GMOs, that is just a initial for all of this stuff.
No, that's
genetically modified organism. Yeah. Okay. So basically, they take our fruits and vegetables and
that's why you get these tomatoes that are huge
and
Yep,
they genetically modify, like a seedless lemon. You can buy seedless lemons now.
Right.
And that's a genetically modified. They have genetically changed that to eliminate the seeds because someone was like, I'm tired of getting seeds in my water. Well, hey, we can fix that. Let's make it.
Well, just like watermelons. I remember as a kid, every watermelon that you got had seeds, and now it's weird to see a watermelon with seeds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it's true. Yep. Very much so.
So what are some of the dirty dozen on the list right now?
Berries, spinach. So if you're going to eat blueberries, cherries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, berries, you want to get those organic. Because you're not going to have all the sides. I call them the sides.
And then what's something on the Clean 12? So you're saying if it's on the Clean 12 list, it's not a huge deal if you can't find organic. Go ahead and...
Broccoli, cauliflower, those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Avocados. So if you think about things that you're not going to eat the outside of it.
They have a peel.
So, they have a peel. Whereas berries, you're eating the whole thing. Spinach, you're eating the whole thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But cauliflower and broccoli too, you're eating the whole thing.
You are, and they're not as genetically modified. Now, and see, that could change.
But
next year on the list, that could change, and then maybe they're going to have more pesticides.
But we have gotten it to become a society of, I want my shit to look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? So when you look at a strawberry, I want it to look red. I want it to be pretty, like I see it on
big
Instagram.
And plump. And
So mentally you have this... Well,
my fruit has to be Pinterest worthy.
Yes.
It has to be Instagram worthy.
Yes.
Exactly. It has to be selfie worthy. Mm-hmm. And I think we become a society of that. And because when you look at a real strawberry, they're not that red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
one that's not genetically modified, one that you pick from the, and it still tastes delicious. So, I mean, it's scary when just talking to you about, the other thing we're talking about is that you taught me is, man, here you are, you think that you're getting a healthy soup from the store.
Yeah, I forgot we had that conversation. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so tell us a little bit about that and how they have changed the ingredients to be different names, because they know that the world has caught on.
The world gets hip to it.
Yes. The world catches on for sure. So the example that we talked about earlier was one of my clients had said, I'm not feeling well, but I don't want to destroy all this work I've done to detox. I need a healthy soup. And so I went on, online, and I'm looking for a good soup for him. And I found one that I thought was going to be good. And I pulled it up and I looked at the ingredient list, and carrageenan was on there, which is a known carcinogen. It's also known to disrupt digestive system. Like, it can just totally tear up your digestive system. And it was in the label, and on the label of the soup, the word well was in the title. I don't want to call anyone out here. Yeah. But well was in the title. And I'm a health coach, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a good option, but it wasn't. And so we always talk about, the importance of reading labels, but are we educating people about what's good or what's bad on the label? Because if you read all the things and you can say all the words, because that was another thing that we used to tell people, like, if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. Exactly. But at the same time, there's some things that, I can't think of an example right now, but there's some things that are hard to pronounce, but then you look it up and it's derived from fruit, and it's okay. Another one that I recently learned about is anti-caking that you see a lot in spices and stuff. I just always kind of thought, okay, well, anti-caking, whatever.
Okay, for the person who doesn't cook, what's anti-caking?
So it's an additive in spices, and it's aluminum, which is not okay. Aluminum is not okay. I think a lot of people know that aluminum is what we have seen.
Well, and you think when you're buying spices, you're just buying the spice.
Yeah.
Taste that. Ooh, that good aluminum's in this barbecue.
Yeah, if you buy a spice mix, they'll put that in there, because a lot of spice mixes will have like a sugar or something else like that. And, we're in Texas, and Wilson and I are in South Texas. And so the humidity makes spices go bad. Right. So they put the anti-caking in it so that it has a longer shelf life. But anti-caking is aluminum.
But what's crazy to me is that, yes, when I get a soup, I think about what's in that soup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, when I go, all right, what, am I getting organic versus whatever, I think about it. I don't fucking think about it when I'm buying a spice.
Yeah. No.
I don't think, maybe I should look at the shit.
Well, no, even right now, I'm like, Delilah loves chicken noodle soup. Like, now I'm like, what is in the can of Progresso?
Yeah.
We're going to have to go look at that label, Gina.
Yeah.
Because she eats it on a regular basis.
Well, we're obviously not going to get a sponsorship from Progresso.
I know, she was like, I don't want to call a brand. I did. Oops.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to talk about an airline, but they are from the South and they are from the West. So, Gina and I sat down, and Wilson, her husband, we sat down over New Year's, and I started telling you about my journey and me making this decision to start going healthy. And you go, you need to detox. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to start.
Well, and in all fairness, we sat down with Gina today, and I was like, okay, 7-day detox. I'm going to have to fast for 2 days.
She goes, 21.
And then Gina goes, oh yeah, you bought the 21-day package.
This is the first of 3 cycles.
So
she was like, wow, there's so many boxes. She's like, oh.
So very quickly, what detox are we taking? Mm-hmm. Number one. And number two, why is a detox so important to really kick me off?
But very quickly.
Very quickly. So.
Well, I want people that are listening and watching to get as much information as they can.
So they understand why we signed up for this form of torture.
Yes. Well, and I also feel like Gina's a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah.
That if we can cover this, we cover more things. See, I'm wasting time right now.
Okay. So the detox is by Equal Life. It is made by a doctor, is formulated by a doctor of naturopathy and Ayurvedic medicine. So it's 3 products. It's an all-in-one detox powder, which is multivitamin protein. So it's enough to, during those fasting days, it's enough to sustain your blood pressure, your blood pressure.
So I'm not fainting anywhere.
Yes.
Well, but tell everybody why a 24-hour fast is so important. I learned this from you today.
Mm-hmm. So part of the detox is the 2 days of fasting, because anytime you're over that period of 24 hours in a fast, you get into a state called autophagy or autophagy. So what autophagy is basically whenever your body is not busy digesting food or anything else. It's just your body is just getting to function, because our bodies are smart and they know what to do.
Like neutral.
And so it's neutral, yes. And so then it turns on the cleaning process. So all of your immune cells, I just went blank for a second.
Cancerous
So
cells.
your
T cells,
yes. So your natural killer cells turn on, your T cells, all of those cells turn on, and they just start cleaning house. It's kind of like turning on the shark vacuum, it's going to go clean. And that's what's going to happen. And during that autophagy, you're getting rid of or autophagy, you're getting rid of toxins. So it's like a deeper detox. Actually, it's been around for thousands and thousands of years, but in 2016, the Nobel Peace Prize winner wrote all about autophagy.
You used to have a friend who would fast once a week.
Mm-hmm. So
1 day a week.
1 day a week.
Yeah, I mean, Chief, we've all met Chief. Chief swears by it.
Mm-hmm.
And Chief says that about every 2 weeks he does a complete 24-hour fast.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I want to go the 24 hours. He goes, because I know. He goes, within 2 days of that, he says he loses like half a pound.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Even as you say it, I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
But I've even noticed, and we talked about it,
The first time is the hardest, but after that, it really does get easier after that. And after you complete your first 7-day cycle, when you go into your second 7-day, if you decide to do the 2 days of fasting again,
and I have to like retrain my brain, because it's not, we're not doing 24 hours. Like when we say 24-hour fast, it's not a true, like putting nothing but water inside my body.
Right.
We are taking shake.
It's a supported
protein.
Supported fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's to make sure that you don't die. But it's to make sure that you're still getting the nutrients that you need, and being smart and healthy about it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely.
So Renae and I have committed to 2 weeks.
I love how you look at me. I'm doing this with you. I appreciate your commitment. I told Gina, I was like, I would never sign up to do this by myself.
I mean, I'm
like scared. I want to cry. Look, I'm like hitting the microphone.
You can do it. Leanne and I did it. We did it together our first time.
I'm so excited because I am feeling better, and I am feeling faster, and I am feeling even more so energetic.
Yeah.
Even though I'm a very energetic person, I'm feeling more so energetic, and I've noticed that I don't burp as much since I've been eating healthy. I'm not farting as much. My belly has gone down.
Yeah.
It was always like this hard kind of popped out.
Yes, hard.
You like that. We can edit this one podcast to be the dirtiest podcast ever. But I've already noticed, so that's why I'm excited about it, because if I can kind of hit the gas pedal on getting to where I really want to be, then, and that's 2 weeks of my life, then I'm into it.
Yeah, that's my thing, is that results are encouraging. So if this helps jumpstart results, then I think I'll jump on the train, and that might be what I need to jump on the train. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
This is the jumpstart. I mean, so on average in a 21-day detox, my male clients will lose 12 to 15 pounds. My female clients will lose 8 to 12 pounds.
In the 21 days.
Yes. And you'll feel like you'll have such an increase in energy. The energy is ridiculous.
But I'm not exercising the 2 days that we fast.
Right. Just those 2 days.
You recommend, because that's the other thing, Gina, is that when I exercise, then I'm like ravenous. So that's going to be my fear too. But then I also feel like I need the exercise. I get on that spin bike and it's like the endorphins. And so I need that too. So that's going to be the hard part for me, is balancing.
It's only 2 days.
Yep. It's just 2 days.
Yeah.
And then by the third day, you're going to have, for that morning, you'll have a full serving of a shake, not just a half of one. So you'll have more calories in. And I have some clients that are just ready to go and exercise on that third day. For me, I like to just kind of chill out on that third day, ease into it. Like I'll do a walk or, something yoga, or like a chill yoga, not like a
intense.
Yeah, not a hot yoga. And I'll go do that on the first day. And then I'll go back like day 4, I'll get like my best boxing workout in ever. And that's Wilson and I, we love to box. And so then I'll have like a really great workout on day 4 and I just feel like $1 million. So.
What have you seen with clients that you've worked? I mean, obviously there's been some that you get and they just don't make it and they're mentally not there. But what success stories have you seen being a health coach?
So, I mean, just with the detox alone, I've helped hundreds of clients, and this, the detox is fairly new to me. I just learned about it last April. And so almost a year now, and I've already helped hundreds of clients through it. I've only had one that was going to do a 21-day detox. And then they were like, I feel really good at 7. So I'm going to hold on to these other ones and not finish it. And I asked him, I was like, well, did something come up? Like, was there a challenge? Is there something that we can work through? And he was like, no, I just feel really good. And so I want to save these and use them later.
Really?
Like,
you mean to tell me that all except for one committed to the 21-day challenge?
Mm-hmm.
And we're already ready to tap out.
And even Jeff.
Yeah, he did it. Yes.
Even Jeff, Wilson's dad. Yeah.
Yes.
We are very, very excited. I am to take this journey with you, Gina, and we hope that you will health coach us.
Yes.
We hope that
y'all are stuck with me now. You made the commitment. I got the check. The payment was made. Now you're stuck.
We paid for a lot of shit we don't use.
Yeah, but he got me now.
Now, if somebody would like to join us in this journey that we're on, where could they find you?
So udhealthcoaching.com. So that's short for uniquely designed. So udhealthcoaching.com. And then do you do phone number on here? Or?
You can do whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Okay. So my phone number is 361-230. Whoops, am I going to say this wrong? I better look. 233-3100.
I don't even know what
I'm going to say that again. So it's 361-233-3100.
Well, so Renae and I already have our 21 days in hand.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but we are like have decided when we're going to calendar it out because.
Well, so today's Monday. We're recording the episode. We would like this episode to come out Friday. When it usually comes out. So by the time this episode comes out, we will be 3 days in.
Yeah, and you'll be feeling great.
We hope, and then we're going to record another episode this week on Wednesday, the day we start. So our audience is not going to see us until we've finished the 7 days.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's happening. And we hope, if anything, we hope that Gina has given you a little insight into some of the things you don't think about when it comes to your health and fitness.
Yeah.
Right? Because I didn't think about all those things we talked about. Mm-hmm. And it is amazing that what we've learned with a need, a physical trainer when it comes to food, and then what now we've learned with you when it comes to toxins. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people say that, I have a friend of mine who lives in Honduras, and he goes, within 3 weeks of being back in the United States, he was like, gained almost 20 pounds. Mm. He goes, because in Honduras, all our cows are grass-fed. Yeah. All our eggs that we get are from the chicken coop. Yeah. He goes, we're not getting all this GMOs. We're not getting all the steroids. We're not getting all the. He goes, so I come to the U.S., he goes, and then within 3 weeks, I'm 20 pounds overweight. He goes, then I go back to Honduras. He goes, and within 3 weeks, I've lost it all.
I don't think they allow GMOs, and I think everything is organic in Honduras. I think I was talking to a client about that, and they had actually moved from Honduras, and they told me how different the produce section looks. It's pretty incredible.
Well, and us growing up in South Texas, where we grow things. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times you see that crop duster going over, right? And that crop duster is going over to put chemicals to kill bugs so they could have a more successful crop. And I have nothing against farmers, and farmers got to do what they got to do. So this isn't a bash farmers, right?
Yeah.
It is there's all these things going on, but a lot of it has to do with being able to supply a population.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of that has come from
To grow a crop.
and it also comes from us becoming a nation in a world of perfection. Right. Oh, I don't want seeds in my watermelon. That's a hassle. Is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, people won't buy ugly fruit. That's
Right.
The whole, what is
But-
it, misfit?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a whole
Yeah.
business
Renee
that's
did.
made.
She bought an ugly fruit and found out that it was delicious. Why are you laughing?
You smiled, your little grin when you did that, and your eyes, like they sparkled.
You
they
noticed?
Sparkled.
You noticed?
I did.
Gino, I think that we should, if it's okay with Gina, follow up with Gina at the end of this
Yeah.
when we do the next podcast after the 7 days.
Okay.
Because I would like also to share our trials, our tribulations, our struggles.
I mean, I asked if we should fast separately and not together so we don't kill each other. Like, what is going to be the best for my marriage?
Well, but that's also been hard for Renae and I because we love food. We love to go to eat. We love to go out to eat. Renae and I. It's something that we both enjoy. We consider it a date, for us. Which, by the way, a date can also be hiking. A date can also be, outdoor activities, right? But Renae and I love sitting down, having a meal, and we're very bad at not holding each other accountable, right? I'll go, you know what? Fucking chips and queso. Let's,
Yeah.
And Renae would
We'll
be
cheat together.
Yeah. So, the other day we went to Panera and they give you the bread. Dude, I threw that shit on the floor.
His bread. He took my bread.
And I stepped on it and I stomped on it. And I go, here, now eat that. But again, trying to help each other in the positive way as opposed to, all right, well, screw it. Let's just eat a little bread. Right. And bread, it's not worth it. And it's not good for you, and just, I'm excited that we're going to have the opportunity to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
Right. To try to get through at least the 7 days.
I think I'm going to cry.
And
You
then,
can do it.
And I think we owe it. I think we owe it to the audience to go. Here was our experience. Here's what we went through. Here's how we feel. Here's how we don't feel. Here's, and then to get your perspective as to, moving forward in our health and fitness and going, okay, well, what's next?
Life after detox.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because
So-
you don't want to stay on the detox forever.
Well, and like I said, my fear was that I was going to shit myself.
We talked about that.
What did you tell him?
I said, well, if you don't usually shit yourself, you're not going to shit yourself now.
I said, well,
But if you do, then we have something else to talk about.
So I guess I'm going to shit myself. I guess. With that being said, please hit up our friend Gina, and if you want to get on board with what we're doing, number one. Number two, we love you guys so very much for listening. And Grand Rapids, Michigan, thank you so much. And I will really not be on the road because this week I'm doing a charity for Driscoll Children's Hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
Great charity.
Yep, the Hobbs Hot Rod Run. I'm very excited about it. When you hear this episode, there's possibly still tables available, Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm very proud to help Driscoll Children's Hospital. I spent, when I broke my back, I spent several weeks at Driscoll Children's Hospital. So it's very important to me. I have friends and family that work there. It's very important to me. And then the week after that, I will be at Helicopters for Heroes, one of my favorite weeks of the year. We've worked so hard all year to raise money. So I will not be visiting you after that. I will be in Florida. Get hit up a lot about Florida.
Yeah, West Palm Beach.
I will be in Palm Beach, Florida. I'm looking so forward to going to Palm Beach. It's one of my favorite places to go. And we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.